Hi everyone to this webinar for the launch of the Volunteer World Academy. Happy to have you all here right now, and I'm happy to pass you over to Mike to share a bit more about the Diploma in International Volunteering.
Fantastic. Thanks, Benny. Good turnout today. I can see 147 people here on the webinar, which is very exciting for us, especially launching this new Academy with Volunteer World. Today, we're going to cover a couple of topics just to bring you up to speed on what we're doing, what the diploma is, who's created it, why it was created, who is eligible and who can enroll in this diploma. How the academic credit works that's tied into the diploma. We're going to touch on some of the modules included in the course. On top of that as well, the platform that you will complete the course on. We're going to share with you some demo login details for the free trial, share with you some costs, and then we'll go to any question and answer. Well, we're going to have a go to and answer any of your questions that you might have following this session. So without further ado, I'm just going to kick straight off. Thanks, Benny. Kicking off, the important question, why add the Diploma in International Volunteering to one of your volunteering projects or one of your internship projects? One, it makes the volunteering more tangible with a qualification, and you get an academic certificate as well as a diploma accredited in the UK to take home. The contributions we feel at the CGCS deserve recognition. Not only will that recognition serve as a reminder of the time that you spent abroad, but it's also to impress potential employees, schools. For example, the experience of an international internship, some sort of volunteering project can last on a CV only so long, but academic credit is for life. We think that's a very important element as well. The program teaches volunteers and, whether you're doing sort of a meaningful internship, how to traverse the world in a safe and responsible manner. Of course, it's created by industry professionals who you're speaking with today. The course also covers everything from choosing a volunteer program, an internship program, to health and safety while volunteering abroad. You'll go over things like reverse culture shock, the rights of women, the rights of the child, all of the UN sustainability goals as well, which is very important. And finally, volunteering abroad not only helps those in need, but is an excellent way to build your skills as a person. It also expands your network with the people you'll meet while volunteering, interning, also the people you meet on the course. It shows your ambition and your academic ambition as well. And it also serves to motivate you to do fantastic and great things as per this slide. Who can enroll? So maybe you think you're not eligible, but it's very simple who can enroll in this course. Anyone aged 16 years and over who is, more importantly, willing and able. All you need to complete this course is a can-do attitude and obviously either a volunteering or a meaningful internship experience that is facilitated by Volunteer World. All credits are transferable internationally as well. So more importantly, and I suppose the main question we get here at CGCS in our partnerships is what is the academic credit and what sort of use is it for you? The International Volunteering Diploma is a level 3 diploma in the UK. It's accredited by the NOCN, which is the National Open College Network. While the course is based in the UK, all credits are transferable internationally, whether you're from the US, Australia, Canada, Tanzania, Uganda, or Somalia. Your credits are recognised in an international spectrum when you do a UK qualification. The NOCN Level 3 Diploma is a 41 credit course, which has a total qualification time of 410 hours. So including 173 guided learning hours. In the UK, it's equivalent of 16 UCAS points. Across Europe, this qualification would be equal to up to 20 to 21 academic credits, or ECTS. And in the US, this qualification would be up to 10 academic credits that you can put on your CV for university applications, college applications, whether you want to use it to find another job. Academic credits, as we said per the last slide, are for life. The modules, we'll go into them in a little bit more detail. But they follow the life cycle of somebody doing a meaningful internship or a volunteering activity. So obviously, first we orientate you on the course. I think we mentioned earlier, this is completely an online course. So you can take it at your own pace, at your own time, and you can jump on and start at any time as well. After finishing your orientation, which you'll see, how to use the LMS, which is our learning management system. The first module prepares you for an international volunteering placement. The second module reviews and reflects on your selection, and important things of why you've selected it, whether it's meaningful, whether it's actually, giving back, and other important elements of why you selected that as an international volunteer. The third is fundraising, which is very important because in most cases, you may not want to pay for this yourself, but because you're doing something meaningful, because you're doing something impactful in the world, it's fantastic to learn that element, because it's a very good skill for life about fundraising and supporting that, your meaningful activity. Module 4 is one of the most exciting elements. That's where, you get to review and actually undertake your international volunteering, or in this case, internship placement. That is the heaviest credit module, and that's where we assess you on your actual work placement. So, when you're actually doing, we allocate the credits and the academic acumen to that. The fifth module is evaluation. Always important in any type of academic accredited course, evaluation of what you learned, why you learned it, how you went about doing things, and why you're a better person at the end because of those things. The course, being a level 3 UK qualification, is a pass or fail. It's not exam based at all, and everything is completed through the platform. So it's assessment based, it's upon your own feedback, your own work experience, and most importantly, your journey through that event. Just some quick feedback here on the course so far. We have Charlie Stannard, who was doing Nepal conservation course in January 2022. He loved it. Obviously, you can read the slides here. I'm not going to read them all out to you. Most importantly, actually, is the last one, which is from Stuart Bannerman. He's the Associate PVC at London South Bank University, a university we work very closely with. And his feedback is that, it offers unique perspective and helps potential and current students get a better grounding in understanding the world around them, which I think is fantastic feedback, especially because, well, the course is not just about, ticking some boxes and doing any exams. It's about supplementing your experience abroad, it's supplementing your meaningful experience, and more importantly, getting the most out of it, both, learning as to why you're doing things and how you're doing things as well.
Hi guys, thank you. And thanks everyone for joining this webinar. I'm just going to take you very quickly through the actual course, the LMS, the learning management system or virtual learning environment that you'll use to do this course. As you can see, I've now opened up on the home page. This is when you sign up. This is the first page you'll go to. It's the Diploma in International Volunteering, brought to you by Volunteer World. The course consists of 5 content modules and an orientation module. I'll speak through each module and just show you some examples of the content in each module. So in the orientation module, we really help you to navigate your course and learning environment. So as you can see here, we show you, this tells you what icons represent what activity. There's some videos to watch on how to use this LMS or VLE. You watch these videos and it teaches you how to upload assignments, who to talk to, if you have a problem, how to use the chat and engage, how to you do a mock assignment. So it's before you actually get started with a course, you've got to obviously be very comfortable on how to use the system that helps you in the course. That's what the orientation module is. This should take you 2-3 hours to get through. So once you've completed the orientation module, you will then begin module 1. Now, module 1 is where the content starts. So in each module, we have, as you can see here, there are tasks that you answer. There's a quiz and there's content. So let's take a look very quickly at the content in module 1. So when you open up module 1, you'll see there's a lesson menu on this side here that shows you the subtopics. So there are 5 subtopics in module 1. The main topic is preparing for an international volunteer placement. Then we have 5 subtopics: the culture in the country you're going to do, the responsibility of the volunteer, etc. Each module also mentions the learning outcomes, and there's an introductory video that you watch that actually sums up the content in each module. And as you can see, it's very user-friendly. You can jump in between the content in each module. You can go back to orientation module if you want. You can go to the module 1 quiz. This VLE is designed to be extremely user-friendly. So, you know, when you log back on, you're not looking for where you are. It will take you to exactly where you left off, but you can also jump in between if you so desire. So let's just very quickly look at some of the content in module 1. You can see we introduce the topic. We then have a recommended reading. We then have a task to do. These tasks aren't for marks. There are 7 tasks, or some modules have 5 tasks. You just type your answers here, you submit, and that goes straight to our team of markers. Here's some interaction of some graphics. You can see here, it's a cultural iceberg, a very important element in understanding what culture is and how to deal with culture shock. So you just go through each bit of content in each module, and eventually at the end of the content of each module, you'll then get to a quiz, which we'll jump to very quickly. Module 1 quiz. And this now is a little test to help you sum up your actual content. Okay, content you learned. Once you've completed the module 1 quiz, you then go to module 2, and you just move in between each subsequent module. So now module 2, the content here is what you deal with here are the characteristics, motivations of international volunteer, the skills and attributes you will need, your international volunteer placement plan, and putting your preparation into practice. This really helps you enjoy your time as volunteer. So modules 1 and 2 are really essential to do before you leave, because they really give you the tools and the theory and the confidence to, when you go on your volunteership, you have all this already in your mind, and you understand what it needs to be a good volunteer. You understand what tools you need to deal with actual culture shock and living in a new country. And by having these tools, and by being aware of them, and by being aware of these things that you need to be aware of to become a successful volunteer, you'll enjoy your volunteership a lot more. So module 2, once again, goes through the outcomes, some videos. The main difference from module 1 to module 2 is in module 2, we have an assignment. So I'll show you that now. That is over here. You have a major assignment to do, which we give you what the topic is. We show you the rubric, how we'll mark you, and then you upload your assignment when you're done. So there are 3 main assignments in module 2, module 3, and module 5. You can only go on to module 3 once you submitted the assignment for module 2. Let's see very quickly what module 3 is about. Module 3 helps you fundraise. It's all about giving you the tools in order to fundraise. Maybe some of you loan money to go on this volunteership. Maybe some of you are still planning getting money together to pay for the flights or to have some money while you're there. So this module talks about what is fundraising. It helps you develop a personal fundraising strategy and helps you implement your fundraising strategy. The final assignment in this course is actually developing and implementing your own fundraising strategy. You could do it and actually raise money if you have the time. You actually could implement this in real life and actually try raise money. We've had some past students do it, and they've raised anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 just by actually putting together their fundraising strategy that they did in this module. This module should take about 8 hours to complete. I'll just show you very quickly what the assignment is. This assignment, as I said earlier, is to, I'll jump here so you can see very quickly, jump to module 3 assignment. It's to organize a fundraiser. And if you have time, you actually really organize it and you really try raise money. If you don't have time, well, then you hypothetically arrange it, but you still have to answer all these questions. Okay, so once that's done, you go to module 4. Module 4 is the module you do when you're overseas, when you're on your volunteership. So this talks about undertaking an international volunteering placement. So here, the actual content is the volunteering placement area, the personal volunteering plan, volunteer-led activities. So we help you to develop some activities that you'll do while you're volunteering. and we help you come about with a plan and to actually, if in some cases you can lead activities. So once again, you see here, I'll just go to 4.2. The content is a mix of images, videos, some tasks. You'll also see some nice interactive graphics. I'll show you one here. Let's just go to volunteer activities. And all of these have some nice interactive graphics that make the course a lot more interactive. So once you've done module 4, there's no major assignment to module 4. You have to do the module 4 quiz, as you can see here. You then go on to module 5, which this module you do when you return. So this module is all about reflecting on an international volunteer placement plan. So here you've come back from everywhere you've gone overseas, you had a great time. You then learn how to reflect and evaluate on where you went, what you did. It's a fun module to do because you really look back on your time where you volunteered, and you understand what made your time fun and beneficial, or maybe it wasn't as beneficial as you were hoping it to be, and then you understand what actually the things you missed out on and what didn't make beneficial. So if you go next time and volunteer, you could do things a bit differently. The major assignment for this module, I'll jump to it quickly now, is your module 5 assignment, and that's your final assignment for the course. That is, I'll just read it quickly to you here. You write a report in which you analyze the volunteer experience. So here, what was your role in the community, your experience in the community? You get feedback from the people that you worked with, and they talk about what you did, and they give us some, you include their feedback in your essay. And once you've done that report, you submit it. So there's the rubric, and we then mark it. Once you've passed that assignment, the course is over, and you then get a diploma in international volunteering, which you can use for various reasons, as other guys have explained, or for more detail, you can look at the brochures and our course guides. So I really hope that helps, and I hope that you learned a bit about what you need to do to get through this course and what this course is about. The brochure does contain a lot of information. If you need any more information, you can very easily just email me here at learning@globalcitizenshipstudies.com. I'll very happy answer any of your questions.
Thanks, Jared, for this very informative presentation. Really looks like a user-friendly LMS. I had the chance to try it myself, and it's really easy to use. So I'm looking forward to that. We already got some questions here in the chat. I'm happy to share them. So maybe, Jared, you could answer them for our viewers. So the first one would be, why should I do the diploma?
Okay, cool. Thanks, Benny. And that's a great question, everyone, because I think that's a question we get most of the time. I mean, you guys are going overseas, and then you think, well, why am I doing this course? Well, I would say you're doing this course for two major reasons. The course will help you enjoy your experience more, because it really prepares you theoretically and practically for the country you're going to, for the experiences that you will do and endeavor, and the people you meet and the new cultures that you'll come into contact with. So I do think by doing this course, you will gain a lot more from the experience, and in that way, you'll learn more, you'll make more friends, and you'll just be happier during the time you're overseas. That's the first reason. The second reason is obviously to do with academic credits. The volunteer experience, once it's over, you put it on your CV, you say, I went overseas, I volunteered, that's it. But now with this diploma, you actually get a certificate, actually get a diploma in international volunteering, something you can get for last on your CV forever. And on top of that, you can gain academic credit at your university of choice, or it can help you get into your university of choice. So those are the two main reasons why I think someone should should do the diploma. Mark, if you want to add anything in there?
No, I just think, as I sort of mentioned earlier in the slides, that an academic qualification is for life. Sure, a volunteering experience is a fantastic thing to do, and an international, like sort of a meaningful internship is something fantastic to do. I always bring up the example of one of our pre-medical students. So we haven't been in operation too long, but we have a student. I don't think I can mention her name, but she is finished her internship. She was doing a medical internship in Ghana. She will start her nursing program. Well, she would have started a nursing program in September, sorry. Yeah, so she would have started a nursing program in September. In 3 years, she'll be out as a qualified nurse, but in conjunction with her colleagues that will finish the course at the same time, on top of her degree, she will also have that 3 months work experience in Ghana that she did in the HIV nursing clinic. She'll have a level 3 diploma, and as well as her degree. So she'll come out more qualified, more, ready for the real world, and have already seen a lot more, interesting and usable things for her career than, well, a lot of her colleagues in her current degree program. So I think, whatever it is that we're trying to do, this academic course can help you understand why and how, and, it's fantastically beneficial to, add to your qualification, add to your experience. Any more questions, Benny, from the crowd there? We can't see them.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah. Thanks for your answer. Yes, there are some more questions. I think for the time we only have time for 4 more questions or so I'll just speed it up a bit. Second question would be, how will the diploma help me with my volunteer experience?
Thanks, Benny. Well, I think I mentioned that already a bit, but as I said, I think it will help that you will enjoy your experience more, because we are giving, in this course, we're giving you the theoretical knowledge to help you deal with new cultures, new experiences, deal with culture shock, deal with the ways you meet people, making sure that you can get your skills and your motivations are brought to the fore during your volunteer experience. Anything to add from you, Mark?
No, not on that one. I think you summed it up quite well. I think I summed it up the whole way through the sort of webinars.
Yeah.
I think I'm
Cool.
sort of,
Okay.
shouting from the hilltops here how good it is.
Yeah.
So next question.
Perfect. How will the diploma assist me when my volunteering experience is actually over?
Well, the diploma will assist you because now you get academic credit. So you've gone overseas, you've done your volunteership, you've made friends, you've had an amazing time. Now you come back and you put this on your CV, and you actually, if you're going to university in Europe, in the States, you can actually show your university that you've got this credit. So that will help you get into university. And so it will help your UCAS points, or it can also help you actually get more credits at university while you're studying. Mark, want to add anything in there?
No, so just to add to that, it kind of depends on where you are in the world. For the UK students, this is valuable at a level 3 qualification. So if you are going to university, like after the course, or if you're already there, this adds UCAS points. So if you are sort of on a gap year, this can really get you a little bit better options, because it's not just the UCAS points as well. It's part of your sort of application. You have work experience, you've done your gap year, you're more learned as a person. In the US, this is equivalent to first year university credits. The US is very much sort of a country, university by university sort of basis. We do have a couple of examples of different universities, bringing in the credit. So it means that, you can potentially cut off a subject that you're not too interested in, at college or university as well, and add these credits to your overall sort of credit haul. In Australia as well, a UK qualification is really, really fondly looked upon. But as I said, at the end of the day, it's about, adding that to your CV and sort of building up that rapport, building up your LinkedIn profile, that type of thing. Whether it is, depending on whatever you want to do sort of with your life, this sort of qualification will add to the experience of your, your meaningful project. So, employers, universities, or whether it's just for yourself, at the end of the day, it's made it a better experience.
Thanks. So I got like another question here. Jared, how long will the diploma take me to do?
Yes, Benny, thanks. I think it's a great question because I know that's one we get asked very often. So it's very difficult to answer because it all depends on when you're going for your volunteership and how long you're going for. So let me just use this as an example. The first three modules, module 1, 2, and 3, should be done before you leave. So, for example, you're going overseas in May. You should then do module 1, 2, and 3 before you leave in May. Each of those modules should take you about 8 hours to do. So you put 8 hours aside every week, and that can be done in 3 weeks. Module 1, 2, and 3. Then module 4 is overseas. So when you're overseas, if you're overseas for 2 months, you're overseas for 2 months, and then you'll obviously only do module 5 when you come back. But if you're overseas for a week, you do module 4 when you're overseas, and then when you come back, you do module 5. So from when you return from your volunteership, it will be another 2 weeks before you, another 2 weeks to do module 4 and 5, and then you'll finish. So once again, it all depends on when you leave and how long you're gone for. But I think if you're worried about time, put 8 hours aside to do each module. Module 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you'll be done.
Perfect. So last question would be, what is the price of the course? I think I can answer that as well. So right now, the diploma costs $800 on the Volunteer World Academy. So I think it's a really great value for what all you can get from it.
I just want to sort of sum it up. Look, I think if you have any questions, you can contact CGCS directly. We're very happily in partnership with, well, the whole team here at Volunteer World to really launch this academy. I think it's a fantastic product. It's not ridiculously expensive as well, if you look at diplomas in the world. And that's it. I'd say stay tuned to the academy, join the mailing list, get involved today. No matter where your internship is, you can start today if you're going away in 2 years' time. If you're currently on an internship, don't get scared off because it is something that you can add looking backwards. You'll have to get in contact with us directly to work out how that's going to work for you. But otherwise, no, thanks everyone for your time.
Thanks everyone for joining. It was a great pleasure to have the really informative presentation from Mike and Jared. Yeah, thanks a lot. And if you want, you can just contact CGCS directly on hello@globalcitizenshipstudies.com, or let's join the Volunteer World Academy and get involved abroad on academy.volunteerworld.com. So see you soon.
Thanks, Benny. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining. Goodbye.
Thanks. Bye. Bye. Bye.